Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tiffany and I upload a new homemaking video every Sunday. So today I'm going to be showing you from start to finish how I make chicken soup. I'm a big fan of saving my chicken bones and putting them in the freezer anytime I buy a rotisserie chicken or anytime I roast a chicken at home. And I save those bones to make my chicken broth, and it makes the most amazing chicken soup you will ever have in your life. There just really is no substitute for the actual things. It is life-giving. So if you are sick or run down, or if it's cold outside, or if it's summer, anytime, this soup is incredible, and I highly recommend you try it out. Come with me and I will show you how. My bone broth making journey begins on Friday morning with washing my hands thoroughly. Then I pull my chicken bones out of the freezer, along with my ruminant vegetable mix, which I am going to show you how to make in just a couple of minutes. This is key. And I like to put this on the bottom because I feel like the flavors sort of rise up through the bones while it's cooking. So I put that on the bottom, throw my bones on top, just to kind of fill up the crock pot. Then I season that mix with salt and this herbs de Provence mix from Trader Joe's. This is my favorite seasoning for chicken soup, but you can pick anything you like. Once you have your seasoning in, go ahead and fill the crock pot with water. Set your crock pot to low and walk away from it for 2 days. Now I'm just going to go ahead and wash all of my vegetables to make my soup on Sunday. I like to get this going ahead of time because it's my least favorite part of the project and I wanted to get it out of the way. I also just had the time, so I figured why not. Now I am going to cut up an onion, one for the soup and one for my ruminant vegetable mix for the next time I make bone broth. Oh my gosh, these are strong. Woo! Now I'm just going to cut up you'll see me cutting up my onion. This is for the soup. I'm taking a lot of time and getting it cut up really small so that it's a nice bite-sized piece every time you get a mouthful of soup. And the second onion that I cut up is seriously just going to be in big chunks because it's going to be making bone broth later. And you'll see me put that in my plastic bag that I'm reusing for ruminant vegetables. This is the only non-ruminant vegetable that I use. After that, I'm going to go ahead and peel my carrots and continue putting together my ruminant vegetable mix, which is, I do use a fresh onion, but then I just use all the trash that I would usually throw away from prepping vegetables. So I'm using my carrot peels, I'm using the ends of my carrots, and I'm using the very inside of the celery, and I'm using the ends of my celery. And that is a great way to not waste any of the food you buy at the store. Once I had all of my ruminant vegetables put away, I cut up my veggies for the soup. Now I take a little bit more time and I exercise more care in how these look and the size of my pieces here. Now I am ready to put this in the fridge until Sunday, when we will pull it back out when it's time to make the soup. All right, everyone, it's time to make our soup. The bone broth has been cooking for the past 2 days and it smells incredible. I'm so excited to have this soup, and I'm excited for you guys to try it too when you make it for yourself. So I'm going to use a cheesecloth and my strainer colander here to filter my bone broth into my big stock pot over here. Let's get started and I'll show you how I do it. I like to set this up so that I am close to my trash can and I have my sink to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my colander on top of my stock pot, and then I'm going to put my cheesecloth over my colander. This is just the way that I have found that it works the best, and this just makes sure that you get all the little pieces of bone out because you don't want any little pieces in your soup. It ruins it. It ruins the experience of eating it. So make sure you have this all set up. Then I set this down in the sink. Now it's time to separate our bones from our broth. And you'll notice I am talking on this next segment, but I'm doing a voiceover because I realized with my new camera that my audio was out of sync. So I had to solve that problem a little later, but I would have lost all this footage if I hadn't done it this way. So I appreciate your patience, and hopefully we solved this problem moving forward. As you can see, what I'm using is a spaghetti spoon to just separate some of the bigger pieces of bone and vegetable away from the chicken broth before I pour it into my colander. This is a little bit helpful. It makes it a little bit less of a mess. Then just very carefully, don't spill any. It's really bad if you spill some because you lose some of this liquid gold. So make sure you're careful and pour that over your cheesecloth and your colander, and you will have your broth all strained out and filtered. Smells amazing. Now, since I did all of my prep on Friday, this soup is going to be super easy to make. Essentially, all I'm going to do is put my chicken in and my vegetables, add a little more salt, pepper, and herbes de Provence, and we will have some soup in about an hour once I cut up the chicken. So let's do it. This is great. This is so cute. This is like the cutest little thing ever. I love it. I love using it. Set your stovetop on medium, give your soup a stir, cover it up, and walk away for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, just give it a nice little check-in. Give it a stir, smell it, make sure it's boiling and not boiling over. So my chicken's been cooking for about an hour, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and shred it up with a couple of forks. Once you get your chicken out of the stock pot, go ahead and shred it up. You can also cut it with a knife or use scissors if you're feeling lazy. I will not judge you, friends. I just want to let you know this soup is fantastic if you're feeling under the weather. And it's a very kind gift to offer somebody who is feeling under the weather. So I am going to be doing a video all about that next week, and that is how to survive working when you're sick. But definitely try this soup even if you're not sick, because it is magic, it is delicious, and it is full of love and nutrients, and I love making it, especially in the wintertime. Go ahead and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I'm so happy you tuned in today. And subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of my homemaking content. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.